I was explaining as the part of the solution, we are having x squared. We are having x squared minus 3 of x minus 10 is equal to 0, and that one will give us x squared minus 3 of x is equal to 10. Is that okay? And we said that we are going to have x squared minus 3 of x plus, we create something which we don't know, and that something will be added on 10 on the right hand side. And what is that something? We said that we are going to pick the coefficient of x. In that case we have negative 3. Now we are going to divide that coefficient by 2, which is this one. Then after we square it. Is that okay? So which is this now? I think we are seeing what we've done. Yes, let me hope that we are following. Students, if you are you feel like you are lost, please, you can pause the video or you come in the group and you tell us where you are confused. Now the second step is going to be pick this x. I've picked my x. Then get this coefficient here. Yes, just write it the way it is, then squared. Good. Now members, if you expand this, you will go back to this. Is that okay? Let me repeat. If you expand this, you have to go back here. Yes, pause the video and you first check whether it is coming out. Now this side we shall have 10 plus 9 out of a 4. Is that okay? Yes. Now we shall have x minus 3 out of 2 is equal to, we are going to find the LCM. The LCM for that case of 4 and 1, it is a 4. 4 times 4 divided by 1, we shall get a 4. Then 4 times 10, which is a 40, plus 4 divided by 4, we shall get a 1. 1 times 9, we shall get a 49. And that one will give us x minus 3 out of 2 is equal to 40 plus 9, we shall have a 49 out of a 4. Yes. Now the second thing will be taking square root on both sides. So we shall have x minus 3 out of 2 squared will be equal to 49 out of 4. And remember, we said that we are going to take square roots on both the sides. And if we take the square roots, we shall have x minus 3 out of 4. Yes, remember, if we take the square root, this one can turn to be positive or a negative. So it will be positive or negative. Now what is the square root of 49? The square root of 49 is positive or minus 7 divided by, what is the square root of 4? The square root of 4, it will be a 2. Now our interest is to find the value of x, and we shall get this one. It will cross the equal signs, and if it crosses the equal signs, it will turn to be 3 out of a 4. Yes. Oh, sorry, this one was a 2, so this one is a 2 also, and here a 2. Then plus or minus 7 out of 2. And to obtain the value of x, we shall say either x is equal to 3 out of 2 minus, we first take the minus 7 out of 2. So the LCM, it will be, what is the LCM? The LCM is 2. 2 divided by 2, 1 times 3, 3. 2 divided by 2, 1 times negative 7, we shall have a negative 7. And we shall have our x will be 3 minus 7, we shall have a negative 4 out of a 2. And our x1 shall be negative 2. Is that okay? Let me hope we are following. Also, x will be equal to, remember for the first position we took a negative, now we are going to take a positive. So it is 3 out of 2 plus 7 out of 2. Now our LCM will be a 2. Is that okay? 2 divided by 2, that is 1, times 3, we have a 3, plus 2 divided by 2, 1, times 7, we shall have a 7. And if we try to add up, we shall get 10 out of 2, which is 5. Good. Hope we are following, dear students. Now, the second example, or the fourth example, is solve the quadratic equation by completing squares. Is that okay? We have 2x squared minus x minus 21. It will be a 0. As part of the solution, we shall say 2x squared minus x minus 21 shall be equal to what? A 0. Now we shall get this, we put it this side, because for it doesn't have an x. Is that okay? So we shall have 2x squared minus x is equal to 21. We shall ensure that the coefficient on x squared is what? A 1. Is that okay? So we shall divide by 2, we shall divide by 2, we shall divide by a 2, and our resultant will be x squared minus a half of x is equal to 21 out of a 2. Now what we will do next, we are going to do our simple technique. Yes, we shall have x squared minus a half of x, plus we shall introduce something, also we shall add that something which we introduced on the left hand side on the right hand side. Now from there we shall have x squared minus a half of x, plus we said that we are going to pick the coefficient on x. Is that okay? So that coefficient is negative a half. We divide it by a 2, then we square it. Yes, and that one will be negative 1 out of 4, and we shall square it. Are we together, students? So we shall have negative 1 out of 4 squared will be equal to 21 out of 2 plus negative 1 out of 4 squared. Is that okay? And we said in the previous example that we shall get our x, then we pick this with its coefficients, then we shall square it. Is that okay? And this one will be equal to 21 out of 2 plus 1 out of 16. Now students, I request you first pause and you expand this such that you go back to this. Is that okay? Yes, hope you are good students. Hope you are good students. You are going to do it.